Okay, now 2 more must-dos for decluttering is to decide where you're going to start in the room. Like, what part of the room will you start? If it's the kitchen, will you start at the sink? If it's the bedroom, will you start at the foot of the bed? If it's a closet, will you start at the top or at the bottom or on the hangers? Where will you start in the room? In the living room, will you start at the couch? You see what I mean? You just have to find a spot where you know, here's where I'm going to start. And you make that like a clock, and like wherever you're going to start, it's 12 o'clock, and then you work your way around clockwise. So that's the one thing that you want to do, is where are you going to start in the room? And then you have to determine, are you going to do inside? You're going to start on the inside, or are you going to start on the outside? So here's how you make that decision. If you know that people are coming over and the purpose of you getting it done is because you have to have that room cleaned up for company, then you're going to want to start on the outside. But if you just want to get to a specific spot, a specific place, and you just want to clear it out, then maybe you'll want to start on the inside. So that means that if you're starting at the kitchen sink, say, and people are coming over and that's the purpose, you need to get that done, then you'd start inside the sink, on the counter, maybe on the window ledge above it. You would just start decluttering there. If people aren't coming over and you just want to get the kitchen totally dejunked and you're going to start from the inside, then you go underneath the kitchen sink and you begin there. So that's how you make the decision. Where will you start? Where will you start in the room? That's just a preference. And where will you start, on the inside or the outside? That has a lot to do with what's going on in that space. And here's a little bonus to that, because you can really get bogged down with minutia. When you come across any kind of, say you're in a drawer and there's a whole bunch of stuff in that drawer, little toys, little knickknacks, a whole bunch of crap in there, maybe string, things tangled, some jewelry, like just a lot of mishmash in a drawer. You aren't going to want to declutter that as you start, because that will take you so long that you're going to be in there forever and then you'll be discouraged. So when you come across a section like that, just say, I'll get to that later. And what you'll do is you'll chip away at that. You'll make a decision down the road to do like 5 minutes a day in that drawer, something like that. Otherwise, you just leave that alone and you move ahead with what will make a difference and the big things, the things that you can move snappy along with. Now, another thing that you're going to want to do is pay attention to papers. When you come across a pile of papers, you don't go through the papers when you're decluttering a room. That you do another time, because that's another thing that will take a long time. You go through one paper at a time. Before you know it, say you set a timer for 20 minutes, you haven't gotten through that pile of papers possibly. And a lot of that times with papers, they're emotional and we don't want to do it. So the best thing to do with papers, like I said, this is a bonus, is you just wrap it up and you name it. Name the pile. So say you're in the bedroom and you are working on, you're starting at the head of the bed, and then you're moving to the right, and to the right is an end table, and on that end table you have papers. Well, name that pile papers. Wrap it up with string or with rubber band, write the word end table on it, stick that paper on underneath the rubber band or the twine that you put around there, and name the pile. And so this way, when you have time, another time, you'll just make the time, 5 minutes at a time, any time that you choose. You will just grab that paper package and go through one paper at a time till the timer goes off 5 minutes, and then you just put it back. Okay? We're going to get into how to decide how long and when on another one of these must-dos. 7 steps for declutter success. Okay? See you next time.
You got bugs, call the bug guy. You cook, bake, and apple pie. If you sew, you fix or tear, clean or clean my underwear.
These are the things we do. The house is a mess with all the junk. The sink's clogged up with dinner time gunk. You pick up the phone and call Roto-Rooter
to make it all work.
And call the tiny Tutor.
I think that was pretty good.